the norm in the tournament.
It certainly does seem that way.
I swear we are not planning this, chat. Just it's not intentional. It just seems to happen every time.
It really does.
For example, it just did. We got 300 rupees at Sanctuary. And the mirror in Link's house.
Oh, that's interesting. That also means you're ahead of me, so I'm going to refresh my stream.
Oh. Hopefully I'm not ahead of the stream itself. Like, how it's streaming to Speed Gaming. Don't want to be giving spoilers.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we'll find out in the coming moments. But yep, here we go. We have two runners going completely different directions. Interesting mirror pickup right away. Well, now we know where Ganon is.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think, as I said, this is a round 2 loser bracket, so we should still be on simple for this randomization.
That's right.
As opposed to, we've only seen one full shuffle so far.
What was that pendant dungeon? I just happened to check it, look down at my notes as jkoper finds an interesting room to get early.
It was Desert Palace at Hyrule Castle, I think.
Okay. And a pendant, so...
And jkoper's stocking up on bombs at the,
yeah,
the graveyard ledge cave in the blacksmith's house.
Great, great room to find and open when you don't have a sword yet,
Yeah.
For the item and for the bombs. Oh,
Flute, that's
how
nice.
about that? Yes, it is. We'll see how long it takes jkoper to cycle down there. He's at the bottom of Kakariko, so he may go all the way to the top first before he heads down there. And Chrouya's found a dark room.
A dark room, and that leads over to the maze race game, so we'll see if that's something that they need to navigate through. Just a Pizza Hut, so probably won't worry about that.
Nah, no big deal.
Oh, and I forget what to call that house, but he found it. Another Pizza Hut.
Yeah, isn't that the bombable hut in the Village of Outcasts?
That's the word.
Yeah. Checking the back door of the bar is jkoper for $20. Chrouya found Sanctuary. I guess he had never started from there, so...
Right, I think he checked the chest, but didn't walk outside to see what it was. Like, to see where Sanctuary was.
Missing with the bomb, that's always a bummer. And he gets his powder, so...
It's also worth noting that they do have Quick Swap on.
Good point. So the easy R and L switch, assuming they remember to use it.
And now Chrouya is doing some bomb farming as well here. I didn't see what jkoper grabbed in Agnes cave there.
It was money.
Oh, okay.
And yep, now Chrouya shadowing jkoper's pattern by about 90 seconds difference.
Mm-hmm.
A bottle from the bottle merchant for jkoper.
Oh, nice.
With an extra B thrown in as part of the deal. Oh.
Ooh, Blind's house.
Pretty near its vanilla location. Not exactly, but that's a nice find.
jkoper.
Yeah, he managed
blocked
to
off one of the
that
chests there. Blue mail, though, that's nice. Another 300 rupees, so they're not going to be struggling for rupees on this run.
No, although that seems to be a pattern in entrance randomizer.
True.
All right, let's see if Chrouya can manage to not block himself off. Looks like he does. But 5 rupees.
Just a blue rupee. I didn't see if Chrouya already jumped over and activated his flute or not, but he is playing it for us.
Yeah, I imagine he's going to do that shortly. We've got his audio, so we'll be able to tell.
Yep.
Taking the safe route to go in, even though he knows where Ganon is, turned out to be the right decision for the time save on the ledge cave. Gets his vanilla bottle with the bonus B.
And the brother's house is in an interesting spot.
Yeah, pretty useless one. Double-chested fairy.
Where did we see the Ganon drop? I missed that clearly.
Where did we see that? It was Escape.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Now, jkoper's heading up right now. Depending on what we find this way, that's a fairy fountain, I believe. He might end up starting rooting towards things without grabbing that flute.
Yeah, you're right. That's bad luck if he does end up doing that. He'll take a single shield upgrade there. And north of Lost Woods is the Mini Moldorm Cave.
Nice.
Tough to bomb these guys.
Especially, in particular, the first one.
Yep, exactly.
Run right into you.
Oh.
That is some bad luck. One of the Moldorms decided to switch lanes.
If he can luck out here. No, not so far. Going to have to be really careful now. Oh, got it.
Nice. Just in with that last bomb.
That has to feel good. Finds the shovel. That could be interesting.
Fetch quest.
Might also send him back down if he walks the long way. No, he might just save and quit. Hard to say.
And the bug net, so...
Yeah, that's a +2.
Not bad. Not necessarily what he wanted, probably, but...
No. Now Chrouya doing his thing at the double-chested fairy location in the fortune teller. Oh, and jkoper finds the well. Lumberjack well.
Oh, is that the Kakariko well?
Yes, it is. So, interesting decision to be made. Do they want to spend the time defeating Aghanim to find out what's in those 4 chests? It would be.
That's tough.
It is tough,
especially if they get set up to check, even more locations. Check Dark World. It could be a long time before that's the decision they want to make.
Right. One of those purely information-based, combined with just how much of a gambler you are, sort of decisions. And I think, is that not Batman's cave at the Sanctuary?
Mm-hmm. I don't recall hearing the long flute song yet. Did Chrouya not go and activate that?
He did.
Oh, I must have been so focused on something else.
I guess so. Oh, and jkoper has found escape. At least the one part of it.
He's only got that one heart.
Oh, and picks up the hook shot for his trouble. Really great job here just avoiding trouble, really, with just the one heart. Obviously, blue mail helps a little bit, but dicey. And done very well.
At least as a defensive tool, the hookshot will help significantly.
Big time.
Oh, and just a fairy in the witch's shop.
Saving and quitting, so be interesting to see where he goes. Meanwhile, Chrouya now knows about the Kakariko well location. So we'll see how long it takes him to decide, if he ever does, to go for Aghanim. Obviously, neither is equipped to do it right now.
Yeah. As Epi pointed out in chat, though, just need cape, lamp, and or just need cape and lamp. They can use the bug net.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how much of that you could actually get through without. I think you still need to kill some enemies along the way, so that was mostly
You certainly do. And
a trolley comment, but
yeah,
who knows what they might find instead of a sword. That could still lead them to having to finish.
Absolutely. And with the hookshot, even in those rooms with, a couple of red soldiers, you could, in theory, as jkoper does find his flute, you could, in theory, hookshot them into a corner and just drop a couple bombs on them that way.
True.
So having that certainly helps you out if you are forced to do the Aghanim climb swordless. Chrouya gonna check out Death Mountain, and I definitely agree with that play.
Yeah, that's a good move.
And looks like he finds... There's one chest up here, is there not? Oh! A very good find indeed. Not in a chest, but sitting there waiting for him.
And I believe that will now give Magic Bat access, since it is at the graveyard drop instead of the normal location. And they do have powder, so that could be something to check.
Absolutely. Chrouya's ended up over on the east side, finds the old man that he hasn't saved yet, gets a health refill. Very nice. He's just gotten himself access to 7 more chests. As jkoper swag ducks his way through Kakariko.
I'm interested to see where he's headed now. Oh, he's stocking up on more bombs. That makes sense.
Definitely. Nice hookshotting from Chrouya, and he finds the moon pearl. Any guesses in chat what rupee level we're going to end up with this time?
We're already at 1,000. Dang.
Yeah. And jkoper now tracing Chrouya's footsteps. Well, that's an interesting exit for Chrouya. Back out the front of Death Mountain.
Oh, and top of Death Mountain for the end of that.
It's very nice. Check out what's on the ledge here. Just a shield upgrade. How about the Spiral Cave? Could be...
The Dark Cave could be Old Man's Cave.
Yeah, hearing that bat, you got to think it is, and I think he just realized that. Can he make it through without a sword? I imagine he can, it's just a pain.
Interesting to see using the hook shot to locate yourself.
Yeah.
I think we saw some of that yesterday in the exhibition match that happened. Chat was referring to it as using sonar.
I like that. That's good.
But Chrouya deciding not to go with that strategy.
No, it's tough even for veteran players. jkoper finding Dark Room. I think he may be on the front, whereas Chrouya was doing backward, old man.
I think that still looks like the back. I'm not sure, though. Yeah, it looks like the back because he's heading to the right.
Well, so wouldn't that mean it's the entrance to normally you have to pick up the rock from the left side? Oh, and Chrouya finds the bottom part of Spiral Cave. Oh, he got him.
He did. Chrouya's checking out these. Another dark cave for Old Man Cave.
5 bomb upgrade for his trouble. That's got to be a little bit galling. It's a good strategy when you think about it. If you can do it from the front, you know you can walk out the front with the old man because you've already entered from the correct area.
Mm-hmm.
There he goes.
Oh, Fire Rod up on Spectacle Rock. Unless I didn't see the color properly, but I'm pretty sure it was Fire Rod.
I didn't see it at all, so I'll go with you. jkoper, a couple more chests. Bombs, which are suddenly in great supply. And a heart container. Troll lettuce.
You know, them getting up here at this point actually demonstrates something that I was thinking about just yesterday, which is how significant items like Flute and Mirror are in Entrance Shuffle. Entrance Shuffle sort of puts a new importance on them because you don't have reliable ways of navigating the overworld, especially with getting up to Death Mountain and things like that.
Right. I mean, they're important as it is. It just becomes even more, intense, for lack of a better term.
Or even having something like it wouldn't have necessarily mattered in this shuffle because they had access to East Death Mountain, but something like the hook shot, anything that lets you get around the map, really.
Right. Well, now we know the potion shop is at Spike Cave.
It's an interesting spot for that.
Yeah. Not too much of a pain to get to, though, if you do turn in the mushroom. There's certainly been worse.
Especially with having Moon Pearl and Flute already. Oh well, jkoper just got his Moon
Just
Pearl.
getting it, yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
We knew he would get it soon.
Swordless bomb jump here from jkoper. And Chrouya picking up his important item. Let's see where Hera leads. How about that?
Yeah.
Hera is Hera.
Vanilla Hera, except that it's a crystal.
Yes. Tell that from the music. Of course, I don't think he has anything to finish this with, does he?
Oh no, I suppose not. There would be no way to kill Noldorm.
Yeah. That's a troll key. Well, actually, maybe it's not a troll key, given that he doesn't have the items. But he's not even going to check. Okay.
He's not going to keep looking.
Yeah. Interesting choice.
I think checking the first two when you can't complete the rest of the dungeon is pretty common. Because at least they're quick access. The rest are kind of, well, if you want to finish the rest of the dungeon. He knows he'll have to go back anyway.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
And we've got the shopping mall. The bar, a fortune teller. At least it was an easy trip over here with the flute.
Certainly. Makes a big difference. Ah, the ski house.
Nice.
Oh!
With the hammer.
That'll make a difference.
And now Tower of Hera is completable.
Yeah. Wonder if that's where he'll go or if he'll want to go to the Dark World. No, he's going Dark World.
He's going to go Dark World, yep.
All right. Troll level pretty minimal, even though they still don't have a sword. Because we have Dark World access inside of 22 minutes here for one of our runners.
A lot has opened up.
Exactly.
And although Chrouya is not opting to grab the first crystal right away, we know he can go and do it at any time.
Right.
I'm sure jkoper will be following suit in a moment. It'll be interesting to see if jkoper does decide to go to the shopping mall next. It seems like a smart location. I could also see a Eastern Palace area check. Oh, jkoper's
yeah, that would
climbing
make
Hera.
sense. Yes, he is. Interesting. So we have Pendant Skull Woods.
I think jkoper's realizing that he doesn't act. Oh, actually, never mind. He used the pits to his advantage. That was clever.
Very nice.
If there is a sword in Hera, this could pay off for jkoper. Quite
Absolutely.
well.
That would be massive. Yeah, that's not looking good.
I don't know of what else you would use to fight Moldorm, so I'm going to say the sword is what would pay off best here. We know the hammer's not there.
Right. Interesting, he's going to go down and check the basement. What do we have for backside of Skullwoods?
Eastern.
Oh, interesting.
And it sounded like a crystal dungeon as well.
It was.
Kind of surprised Chrouya is not checking the chests in there, but I guess it is in an out-of-the-way spot, so having to make multiple trips there would be a bit of a pain. But the bow could be in there.
It could. Uh-oh. That was bad luck. On the other hand, he'll just fall there again, I suppose, with refilled life. So, could be worse. All right, jkoper going to find out if that was a complete waste of time. With a troll compass in the basement. Yes, it is, unfortunately. That looks good. It is. And just another key. Well, he's all set once he finds where the back half of School Woods is.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Were there any items still lingering? Did he get all of the dungeon items?
I don't believe he did. I think there'll be one with the boss or the chest that's down below you when you enter.
Okay. I didn't spot there what jkoper had just checked, where he was just now.
Before he restarted, I didn't either.
Something before Hera, after Hera. But now we're gonna get some South Light World, which I don't think Chrouya looked at.
No, he really only looked at the Far East. Oh, there's the chicken hut. Gets the clip. Very nice.
And it does make sense, getting that Dark World access and having the mirror already. There's a lot that he can check 2 things at once, whereas jkoper will have to do another swing around.
Right.
Once he finds that hammer and realizes he can get there. Oh, jkoper was just checking the things in West Dark Death Mountain, which we already saw.
Okay.
Chrouya do.
We sure did. Funny enough, Chrouya found the reversed bumper cave, which almost seems like it happens too often to be a coincidence.
Where was that leading to? Was it the normal bumper cave?
Yeah, it was the normal bumper cave with the
okay.
entrances swapped. Oh, the chess game. Not worth it. But nice routing to get in there.
And jkoper about to get his hammer.
Yes, he is. Ooh, a handy heart container when you're not too decked out yet.
Yeah, still not a lot of heart drops for these guys yet. But at least with that blue mail and some autos, they've got safeties. And when the net even, which I feel like I've been seeing mostly late recently, so it's nice to see that early on.
jkoper into the sanctuary basement. And Chrouya at King's Tomb, another 10 arrows, and jkoper has finally found a sword.
There's our sword. And I wonder if jkoper is heading back for Hera right away? Nope, he's going down to the desert.
Interesting.
Cape up on the desert ledge.
It's good to know. Library in Agana's cave.
At just 20 rupees.
And yeah, I got a few entrances here next to the desert to check out. Yeah, it doesn't really need to be grabbing any more money. Still at $7.99 even after stocking up on potions, so...
Yep. And a fortune teller.
Chrouya with a little safety.
Oh, and I think we might see what we've got in Thieves Town.
Indeed. What do we got? We got Thieves Town.
Vanilla. Our second vanilla dungeon, and it's also a crystal.
Well, this is a nice find.
Oh, I didn't see what that was. Oh, you mean just the dungeon itself?
Yeah, sorry, it was a map.
Gotcha. No, definitely. Thieves Town is
front-loaded compass and map. So if this were a pendant, you'd be feeling completely trolled at the moment.
Yeah. This is always a nice spot to have mirror for where jkoper's at. Just get three entrance checks here.
Double it down, basically. Mimic Cave, and he does have the hammer, so
yeah.
Nice job on the not quite frame perfect, but close pull to get them over. And rewarded with 20 bucks.
So obviously we got Big Key. I didn't see the other chest in Thieves Town though, the fourth. If we got something significant.
I didn't either, but I don't think it was.
Now I do wonder if jkoper checked. There are 3 entrances over there. I only saw him check 2.
Finds the correct side of the Ice Rod Cave. Gets a heart container for his trouble. Yeah, it is tough. They're both very active right now, and so you and I keep missing things.
There's a lot to follow on both sides, and they're in totally different areas.
Exactly. Looks like jkoper might be going for a Woody and shovel combo here. Another B.
Are we almost at all of the bottles now? Is that the 4th?
I think that's either. Looks like he may have forgotten though that he has the shovel.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So we'll see if that turns out to be significant. Oh, we're chat saying he already dug.
Oh yeah, because he came this way earlier before he got the flute. That's the direction he came from, because the flute was in.
That's right. Yeah.
Not came the arrow house, but the light world equivalent of the arrow house.
Exactly. Thanks for clearing that one up, chat. I should have remembered that. Oh,
Red Cane in Thieves Town.
It's gotta be.
And that can be very helpful in a swordless blind fight as well, which is what we're about to see.
Yes, indeed.
Chrouya's got the setup, but, gonna have to hammer it. No, and he's sticking with the hammer. He's not whipping out the cane. I guess that makes sense, because he would then need to switch back to the hammer again.
True. I've also soft-locked using the cane on blind, so I don't know if
really?
I don't know if that's part of his concern. Oh, will he switch to the potion? Yes, he will. Good thing he had it. So and now he canes him.
There we go. That was a nice swordless blind.
It really was.
I'll say.
Well done grabbing that safety potion when he did.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes the early 1-0 crystal lead, does Chrouya, but you don't feel like there's any, significant difference here right now.
Yeah, it's hard to say with entrance shuffle this early on.
Jkoper just noping these down. Guess maybe he wants to look around some more first.
Yeah. Maybe have a few additional safeties. I'm sure he's comfortable enough with his
I imagine
to do it. But
yeah, especially with a sword.
I could still understand wanting to check some things first.
Sure. And while we have a little bit of a lull in the action, we just want to say thanks to Kevin856 for doing the tracking for us today.
Yes, absolutely. You know, let's get all of our info up. Love my commands.
Epi's got us covered on the Gavin command. All right, so Chrouya about to find the single arrow, if I remember chat's comment correctly.
Yep.
There it is.
I'm interested to see, because we're getting a lot of, single item location. Well, I guess, sorry, I'm
not necessarily,
regular randomizer.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of overworld checks. I'm interested to see what our next progression will be. Oh, Swamp, though. Which is Ice Palace.
Nice palace at Swamp, okay. Now this, with just the hammer.
Oh, yeah.
Boy.
Chrouya is going for it.
He is.
Maybe hoping to find a sword, which is entirely possible.
Locations. Good thing to have the hook shot for these guys.
Oh yeah, very handy. And I like this routing from jkoper, swinging in, checking magic bat.
Yeah, well done.
The only thing that would have made all this spot more ideal would be if you had boots to also check the King's Tomb entrance, but with the way our entrance shuffles have been going, you don't want to bet on having the boots.
No, you certainly don't.
I think it's safe to assume in this tournament that boots are going to be late more often than not.
It really does seem to be the case, doesn't it? A little unlucky with the bomb there.
I did learn though you can still if you throw the bomb in the right spot,
drop it in the corner.
Still land in the corner. Yeah,
that's right. Nicely done on the... Oh, why am I just wanting to call them skeletons? That's not their name. Stelvos. And a swordless bomb jump.
Oh boy.
Looks lined up. Yes, he's got it.
I do not know how to do it without a sword. You do something with Link's ears? Or...
Oh, we may be back already, chat. Can you let us know?
Oh, okay, great, great. Oh, they heard me typing.
Very
so
nice.
We're good. We're good.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, just for the sake of self-promotion, let's once again mention that iBasley is the creator of the Darkling sprite that you can add to your randomizer.
Yeah, that's all you missed. That's all we were talking about. The Darkling sprite. And Dark Zelda and Dark Zora. After Dark Link, there were a lot of Dark Sprite requests, so I made more.
Well done. Okay, so where did we? Was it? What cave?
Fees will cut us off because of my shameless self-promotion. That's what happened.
What was the location where that other progressive shield upgrade was? Because now Chrouya, it would be the riot shield.
Oh, was there another?
I know I saw it.
Did they not grab the one that was sitting in the forest?
I think they both grabbed that one, but then there was one.
I didn't see another one then.
Okay, maybe chat did.
Oh, floating island apparently.
That's right. I was thinking some kind of ledge. So I wonder if he'll be tempted to grab that once he finds Hookshot Cave, just because that makes your life so much easier in Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
All right, he's got the magic he needs to finish off Cold Stare. What's going to be interesting is hammering him.
And yeah, Linkabite. It's a fun user to say. The Roy sprite is amazing. That was made by a user who goes by the name Aki Soulrock here on Twitch. And I'm not too proud to admit that he is easily the best sprite artist on our little sprite making team. Including myself, he's way better than me. He's really good.
Nice work by Chrouya, hitting both of those with fire beams, and my goodness, that went excellently.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Well done. So it's now 2-0 in the Crystal Sweepstakes. You feel like maybe a small advantage has opened up for Chrouya, but it's not anything close to insurmountable, especially this early. Yeah. And besides which, jkoper is about to finish off blind himself, and since he's got a sword, probably without having to use any safety items.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. It's definitely significant to note that even though it does seem like jkoper is sort of following in Chrouya's tracks, he is doing it with a sword. So yeah, he might be able to do a lot of it faster. Which
there is that for sure.
Might make up the difference for him.
And I mean, we should be clear. I don't think either of us has any doubt Chrouya is comfortable swordless, but that still doesn't mean that it's as fast.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, look at what he just did on
exactly
on Cold Stare as someone just clips it, as Epi just clips it there. I mean,
yeah,
absolutely. In no uncertain terms, be judgmental of that performance because I certainly could not have done that. So no judgment from me.
No,
he's doing amazingly well for no sword. And so here we're going to see Chrouya check the entrance that I'm pretty sure jkoper skipped when he was over here. Oh, but it's a fairy fountain anyway, so
yeah,
he'll be okay with having skipped over that one.
Yep, the odds were never good for it to be something like that, unfortunate, so always likely to be safe.
And I'm liking this routing too, so we can get an Eastern Palace area to check, and then he's set up to jump into the Dark World and check Pod. Assuming that's what he's about to do. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what he's going for. Just a red rupee in that cave.
jkoper with a little detour into a part of Skull Woods you don't often see on randomizers. And he's going to head up and see the back half is Eastern.
And a chess game at Sahasrarlis. Oh, and jkoper's going to opt to go in and look around. So we'll see if that pays off for him.
Yes, indeed. It's certainly a pretty significant gamble when you don't have the bow, and there's still a lot of locations open. Oh, how about that?
Boots. That's really nice. That's really nice.
Yes.
If we want to talk about things that are going to close the gap between the two of them, that could be significant.
Yes, it could. And isn't this interesting? Chrouya now in Pod.
Was that in the Eastern Palace spot? Or was
yes.
You're right, yeah. You can see where that jumped over to Dark World yet. And they both still also don't have lamps. Now, I'm assuming, pretty sure jkoper is perfectly comfortable with Eastern Palace Dark Rooms. Not sure how Chrouya is with Palace of Darkness Dark Rooms, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's comfortable with those as well.
I wouldn't either. Obviously, Eastern is easier.
Yeah.
But neither can finish their respective dungeon at this point with the equipment they have anyway.
Oh, that's true. They both need the bow.
Yeah.
Coincidentally enough.
Exactly. Chrouya leaving and going back in. I wonder if he decided, I'm going to go to the back.
Yeah, I think he just realized he could still check quite a few things.
Right.
And the nice thing about being here with at least Hammer and Mirror is even if you don't know you can't finish, there's still a lot that you can check out. And
true.
You're not having to do too much walking because you can always mirror out. I've been having a lot of runs where I'm in Pod with not everything I need to finish it, and no. So suddenly it's walk to the back of the dungeon, walk back to the front of the dungeon.
Yep. Oh man, it really does seem like there's been an uptick in that, doesn't it? We're gonna have a key behind this key. Yes, we are. Seems to also happen a lot. jkoper saving and quitting, so using the mirror to get out of the sanctuary, very nice.
Yep. I don't know if we saw what those item pop-ups were.
Well, one of them was going to be a key always.
Right, of course, yeah.
Well, I guess not necessarily. In fact, it wasn't, because they already had the key from beneath the locked door.
Oh, okay.
So they were probably just... Oh, chat's saying that the book was there.
Oh, the book, okay.
Man, this room with Hammer.
No, someone else saying Red Rupee and Pizza Heart.
Okay. Well, then...
Yeah, he doesn't have a book, I don't think. He just opened the menu. I didn't see one. Oh, right. I'm reminded that he's still swordless, so he's navigating this with
Exactly. I mean, this is
other items.
nice use of quick swap in order to do this, actually.
Mhm.
jkoper, of course, now able to check Bonk Rock, so he's going to do that. You know, when he finds the tree guy.
The tree guy. I always think of that one as like a Dark Worlds the Hospital, even though it's technically not in the same location on the map.
Right.
But it's roughly the same area.
It is. It's close.
And a King's Tomb check coming up.
Definitely worthwhile. Ice Rod. Wow.
Oh, nice.
That is awesome.
I don't know if we've seen if Turtle Rock is required yet or not. But still handy to have nonetheless, just in case.
jkoper kind of doing a Bonk Rocks tour, it looks like.
Checking all the bonk spots. Oh,
Oh!
the dam.
Finds the dam, which... Well, have we found one or two pendant dungeons so far?
2, Desert Palace and Skull Woods is a pendant? I didn't notice that.
So...
Maybe I did notice and just forgot. I don't know.
Yeah. So, Swamp... Certainly, odds are it will be required, so that's a big find. And if it is... You know, and we, as chat was even discussing earlier, it may be a while before Chrouya goes and finds those boots in Eastern because he would want to avoid it.
Yeah.
Not having the bow.
Well, we've got Spike Cave here. jkoper's checking his bottle situation. Thinking about whether or not he wants to do it.
Gonna give it a shot, I guess.
Gonna go for it. I don't know if he has enough to get to the end there. And I didn't see... Oh, he does have blue potions. Okay.
Yeah, I thought he had bought some. That's why his rupees are significantly lower. But he may have to use both. Let's see if he's able to avoid it. No, he'll get through there.
I think he's got it, yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
20 rupees.
Enraging. Chrouya, I think, going to try to bomb this.
Nice.
Yes, he is. And I don't blame him. First try, and is rewarded with next to nothing.
More bombs.
But a lot easier to get to this chest from here.
Right. And a heart container at the dam exterior.
Worth a grab. Out of magic. Now he's just going to give up on it. I can't say I blame him. That is tough.
Yeah.
And he never went in Eastern, see? Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking backward.
Yeah. He's got quite a few things to check here. Oh, and he's grabbed some potions.
May as well. And
But now
jkoper gonna do ice, so once again, eventually getting around to very similar routing decisions.
Yeah. But now with not just the sword, but also the boots. So
yeah, definitely a huge advantage.
it's sort of like you could say he's catching up, but it feels like it'll be such a fast catch up that.
Yeah, it'll happen before you even know it's happened.
Yeah.
Good move by Chrouya as he's getting trolled by the jumping cabbage.
Oh, Ganon's Tower at Pod.
Very, very interesting.
Feel free to throw out those big key guesses, although we've already checked 2.
Yeah.
So... But to be honest, I'm more interested to see what he ends up finding in here.
Oh, for sure. Interesting choice, too, to go for the Tau Room right away.
Yeah. Especially when you have the hook shot. It can swing over to the other side.
Well, exactly.
But I guess you also have Cane and Fire Rod, so everything in the basement is open, I guess.
It is. Of course, with no magic, he can't really continue.
Oh.
He's just going to get this chest and then have to go to the other side.
If the chest is a key, there is a full magic refill in the next.
Oh, that's true.
In the pot in this room, yeah.
Up top, that's right.
Just gotta not get trolled by this guy.
Yeah. And he does.
Gibdo, yep.
Oh!
Oh, and right into the hand. That's.
Chrouya gets wall mastered, and
He's going right back in, though. He's determined.
yeah, he's gonna have to pick up the small magic in the pot in the lower right again. Easy decision there.
Nice.
This time you can't use the. There he goes.
He tried to hit hook shot the Gibdo, but
Yeah, he can't do
it does
that.
not work.
This is going to be tight because he doesn't have boots. Oh, got it.
Got a little beat up there, but he got through, and we've got Quake.
Quake could be useful. Oh, nearly.
Nothing else through there, but he's gonna go. Now, what is he gonna use
Nice move.
on Ice Armor? Oh no, he's mirroring back out. Okay, I was gonna say if he's heading to Ice Armor, so what is he gonna use on them? Not a lot of magic to be using Fire Rod or even Red Cane. Does Red Cane hit them?
Well, Hammer does, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's just annoying, but
just not a great situation either way.
no.
I mean, Fire Rod would definitely be the preferred choice, but not enough magic for that with your standard magic meter.
No. Well, so far, not real useful in here.
Oh, and there's the big key, which I believe that's typically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's usually 7
Yes, Chrouya made it not be 7, but
for anyone who made those guesses.
yeah. Key for a key. Meanwhile, jkoper continuing to do his full clearance of ice.
And yes, the Armos can be hurt with the sword, but remember, Chrouya doesn't have one.
Doesn't even have one, yeah. And plus, with the fighter sword, it's even. It's just.
Yeah.
It's painful, really.
Very slow process.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of a surprisingly empty Ganon's Tower basement. I feel like I'm not used to seeing this. Maybe it did in some matches that I didn't see, but in the ones I've seen, Ganon's Tower has been stacked.
It has been, so this is pretty unusual. Finally!
Oh, he has a sword now. Which means we know how both of these runners can get a Master Sword.
Yeah, exactly. Chrouya, it's just a spot he hasn't gotten around to checking.
Yeah.
All right, let's see how jkoper handles Cold Stare with the fighter sword.
I'm sure he knew that you can't use the fighter sword on them, but he did do a few swings there. Maybe he forgot.
All right, getting to work with the hammer. Down to 2 hearts, though. Now, is he going to go ahead and switch to Fire Rod now? Yes, he is.
I would imagine, yeah. It's giving me flashbacks to the version 23 weekly. Of which there was only the one.
Oh, man.
There's only the one weekly for that version.
Chrouya with a nice bomb jump across the gap to go hang out with Bob. And jkoper has finished up an ice pallet. Bombos, okay.
From Bob's chest.
And Bob has become, well, one of the Bobs has become a fairy. All right, so he's going to give this a shot.
He does have a sword now, at least.
True. Oh, using the...
He's doing some red cane shots, yeah?
Yeah. All right, out of magic. So now... it's just slash until you can't slash anymore.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was very nice. Yeah, that was really good.
All right.
Really, the most frustrating part of this with fighter sword, or if he hadn't used hammer, is definitely the last one.
Oh, for sure. But he's got him in the corner, so if he can,
the right position.
Yeah.
Good.
Nice.
He's doing pretty decent. Trolling him a little bit there. That's the spot you want.
Excellent. Rewarded with half magic.
Rewarded with half magic, not bad.
But I mean, really, when you get down to it, now there might have been a required medallion.
Did he already swing by the big chest? I didn't. Yeah,
no, he didn't do that because he just got the key, didn't he? Or no, he did have the key.
Oh, he got the key on the way to Ice Armos, so I guess he didn't check the chest. Oh, unless he did before he dropped down into Bob's hole. Yeah, he did apparently.
Okay. Yeah.
And now we see jkoper following. He's going to have a Master Sword soon, possibly. Assuming he's going to do the same thing and actually...
You have to think he will, yeah.
Again, in tower locations. I'm sure he won't just skip it for now.
Oh! Waterfall of Wishing, jkoper finds the Titan's Mitts.
Really? Wait, did Chrouya not do that?
I don't think he... Oh, and the Bottle Kid has the lamp. Wow.
I would be surprised if Chrouya didn't check that, but...
I think he's missed it. That could be big.
Because he was right there.
He was.
I guess in my brain, I just assumed that was part of what he was doing in that
Same.
area, you know?
Absolutely. Maybe he only did the Light World side, and then once he went in the portal, he forgot about the Dark World cave. Just a bomb upgrade on the pyramid.
And jkoper's doing these checks. Definitely.
Yeah, he doesn't have Kiki. I don't know.
Kiki, for some reason, but
well, he came back from the light world and was still invulnerable when he walked over the spot.
That makes sense.
But then didn't notice he wasn't with him.
Yeah, I think the way he's checking things over here is definitely faster than the way we saw Chrouya checking them.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
He warped first and then is using the mirror to double check every location, whereas I think Chrouya went through Light World first and then went down to the portal.
Right.
I think it was Pod at Eastern, which jkoper hasn't seen yet, but and jkoper's doing left side first.
Yes, he is, and I mean, I guess we'll see if he ends up hanging out in the tile room, but he's going to have a lot of keys by the time he's done doing it this way. Okay, so Chrouya looking to spend some money.
Mm-hmm. All right, and jkoper has those boots too. Very,
very
handy. What do we think Zora's going to drop for us?
A life lesson, indeed.
50 rupees for your 500.
Slightly less harsh than sometimes, but...
Yep. And Pyromance in chat making a good point here. A bow find for Chrouya would be pretty valuable, as it could lead him right to Eastern and finally grabbing those boots.
Yes, indeed. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we now have a master. No, it's not there. Where was it?
Nope, he just got it.
Oh, he did just get it. Okay.
One chest away.
Yeah.
So we've got that Master Sword now. Yeah, which also means an easier Ice Armos fight for jkoper.
No doubt about that, yeah.
Which seems to be the ongoing theme of this race. It seems like, as much as it would look like jkoper's always following in Chrouya's footsteps, he seems to always has something giving him an advantage in all of the places he goes. An advantage that Chrouya will have to make up in the long run, so...
Well, and that's really the key, exactly. It's just building the longer these differences in equipment keep up. Oh, and jkoper going for the beam strategy. And until those guys get set, they're not going to start rotating, so I guess in a sense that's not such a bad move. So Chrouya now knows the cape is on the desert ledge.
I don't think at this point they need it for anything, though, I'm sure.
I don't think they do either.
I doubt they'll end up grabbing it. You never know, though. Maybe out of convenience if they have to be in the area anyway.
Right. Okay, now, if I'm remembering right, Chrouya will be getting his Master Sword somewhere around here, is where I thought jkoper found his sword.
The sword was in Escape. It was the drop down. The thing.
Oh. That's right.
The bombable wall with the 3 chests. I don't remember where the drop down was. And just a pizza heart. Pizza heart? I went to say Pizza Heart, but then I tried to say piece of heart. Anyway, just a pizza heart of the big chest.
There we go.
So not a major loss for Chrouya. Oh, I think this is actually where Escape is.
I think you're right.
Now he's gonna have his Master Sword.
jkoper opting to skip the tile room. Chrouya, now that he has the lantern, this will be a lot easier.
Which, if I recall, the tile room was a key, right? Just a small key? Because Chrouya needed it.
That's right.
The door after, yeah. My memory for these things is getting better.
And because jkoper did this in reverse order, compared to Chrouya, he's got the half magic, so he can be really profligate with how he routes, but he's wrapped it up as far as he's concerned.
Mm-hmm. And he's found Pod. It makes sense that he's gonna go through and check things, especially with his equipment set up.
Yeah.
And again, boots, lamp, mirror. I mean, it suddenly becomes a very easy couple of chest checks, despite seeming like a very tedious dungeon.
Absolutely. I mean, we have to conservatively estimate Chrouya lost at least 2.5, 3 minutes fighting with the Palace of Darkness without the lamp. And now jkoper can just waltz through it.
Mm-hmm.
No spike cave check from Chrouya. Oh wait, no, that's spike cave.
I think he's seen it already. Yeah, because it's the potion shop.
That's right. I even have that in my notes. I should have consulted them. Remembers he's been downstairs already.
Right. Yeah, so he's heading up. Or did we see? I think we saw jkoper do the basement. I don't know if Chrouya did.
I don't think he did the basement, but he's been down to get the big key.
Yes, yeah.
And he's going to find that the items are up here, so that will be a little bit of that time lost by jkoper doing the tile room down there back. There's your ice rod. And now, I don't think Chrouya ever got this chest, but it's just the compass anyway.
Oh, okay. And then I believe this was the bombs. Crystal bombs.
That's right, yeah. All right, time to go make quick work of Trolldorn.
Who we have not seen killed yet. And I think he is holding an item?
I do believe he is.
Yeah, because we've got that compass, big key, ouch.
Trolled immediately.
Compass, big key, and the small key, so he's definitely got to have an item.
Yeah.
We know the compass is the basement. jkoper checking the mire area now, which you can do because of those Titan bits he grabbed. Which, hopefully, Chrouya will remember that location and head back to get them.
Though, you just don't see why he would. I'm really worried about that for him. In his mind, he's been over there and he's done all those things already.
Yeah, exactly. And he was in exactly the spot to check it, too. Another stored upgrade.
Wow.
Okay.
No, jkoper finds the bomb shop at Checkerboard Cave.
Not a bad location for it.
There's certainly been a lot worse, so...
A little bit messy. You'd have to portal there, portal back because you can't jump off the ledge.
Right.
and then mirror again. But still, at least it's a somewhat straightforward path.
True.
And I guess we'll be seeing where Meyer takes us.
We have a Quake Meyer. Aha, finally a check for the rest.
Swamp is the green pendant.
And was it Skull Woods that is the blue pendant? Oh yeah, we already knew that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Turtle Rock was, I want to say Crystal 5 or 6, unless I was misseeing.
I didn't see that either. I always miss with the number crystals. Oh, Vanilla Meyer.
Huh, interesting.
I think that's our third vanilla dungeon.
Yeah, we're really loading up on them this time.
I always have to resist the urge to sing along with the forest song. It's difficult.
Well, I missed almost all of it because my internet connection seems to be worsening as time goes on, so apologies for that.
I'm going to refresh my stream now that you mentioned that.
Yeah. Sounds like you've been right on target the whole time, though.
I was actually having a lot of internet problems last night, so I was worried that today was going to be a problem for that, but it seems good now.
All right, so Chrouya catching up on some exploration that jkoper did a while ago.
Mm-hmm. And he's gonna get those boots.
Oh yes.
Unfortunately, this means this is going to be his second of 3 visits to Eastern Palace.
Yeah, true.
In this really crappy location for it. It's not a spot you want to keep revisiting.
No, that's for sure. He'll be thankful it's the first chest here. But then he'll also be angry it's the first chest because he could have just ducked in and checked real quick.
Mm-hmm. I'm just looking at the tracker now and wondering if pedestal is even still possible, but I feel like it's probably ruled out.
Yeah, I don't see how it could be.
Yeah, I think the only thing... We're looking for bow and flippers. And so that they would... Pedestal and Jeep would be blocked behind both of those.
Exactly.
Because we've got Swamp as a pendant and also a pendant dungeon in game. This has, in general, been a fairly friendly seed, so that doesn't surprise me either.
No, actually, you're right. It hasn't been too bad.
Especially in comparison to a lot of the other ones we've had.
Well, and the last one you commentated, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah, just a piece of heart in the big chest for jkoper.
Oh, and actually, Amazing Ampharos making a good point. They technically don't need burst for Go mode.
True.
I think the logic would still account for it being quote-unquote required, but I think all they would need to do for anything is maybe fake flipper, because we didn't see the inside of Ice Palace yet.
Right.
You know, the Ice Palace entrance.
Whatever that entrance is, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that means we're down to the bow, is what we're hoping.
That's really
Fine.
Yeah, I mean, unless Turtle Rock is Ether.
Right, Ether. Mm-hmm.
But certainly that's only 1 out of 3 odds, so otherwise, yeah.
Oh, you know what? We've actually seen... I think we've seen where all the crystals are except for Turtle Rock, so...
Well, in Turtle Rock...
Which could either be... I don't think we've seen the inside of Desert, and we haven't seen Turtle Rock itself.
Oh, that's true. So
we might I think the Ice Palace entrance must be a pendant dungeon.
jkoper going with the bomb strats here. He's certainly got plenty. Oh, but got trolled. Thankfully, the safety fairy.
Yeah, Falfman, that would mean Ice Palace must have Skullwood, so I think that even means that flippers aren't technically required in this seed. Wouldn't even be logically required.
Yeah, I can't see a way
in whatever dungeon's at Ice Palace, but otherwise, the logic could have totally skipped flippers for this one.
Chrouya about to be disappointed with what he finds. All right, jkoper down to 2 hearts. Finally. Oh, no.
Oh, another hit. But does he have... I don't think he has fairies, does he?
I don't think he has a second fairy. He does not.
That's rough.
That is very rough. Just the mistimed sword swing against that annoying bouncing eye. And he's going to take a break and check out Desert. I don't blame him.
Desert.
And decides to grab the cape.
Yeah, you got your boots. You're standing right there. Might as well grab that.
Yeah. Chrouya finding pendant Desert.
In fact, cape can provide a
Turtle Rock.
A helpful strat against Vitreous, so he could use that when he goes back in.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've got Turtle Rock at Desert.
Yeah.
That means a lot of item locations right here.
You've got to think. I mean, odds are with jkoper. This has got to be... I wonder if he's going to grab a couple more fairies. He does have the bug net now, doesn't he? Yeah.
He does, yeah. They got that pretty early on, too. I don't know if he realizes there's a bee in that last bottle of his.
I thought he had 3. No, you're right.
He's got a bee stuck in one, that's why.
Okay. Maybe he's... Does that... But I could have known he caught the bee. There we go.
He's released it and caught the fairy right after.
Yeah. I thought he had 3 bottles, but does he only have 2?
I think he has 3, but he still had a red potion. He just didn't use it.
Oh, no. What a bummer. Yeah, to not use that.
So do we think we will be finding the bow in here?
Well, that's certainly the odds are with them for that to happen.
Yeah. I think someone was mentioning earlier that Hobo I don't think we've seen a check of, so could technically still have the item we're looking for.
Yeah.
So maybe if we find flippers in here.
Right. Now, interesting choice here to go ahead and use that key to get to this side of Turtle Rock. I guess because nobody has the book yet.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes some sense. Although, can't you...
You can portal to it as well. Yeah, you can.
That's what I thought. So that means... Well, I suppose he figures he has to probably go to the laser bridge anyway, so it's not a big deal whether he has the key or not. Might be wise to mirror here. Or no, he's got one more chest to check first. Chrouya making quick work of
I wonder if he's trying to find that Titan's Mitt at this point, because that was
he's got to be, yeah.
A pendant dungeon. Didn't really need to do. Well, we know that he didn't really need to do.
Exactly. Yeah, I think you're exactly right. And it's tough to see him doing this, knowing that.
I guess he could also find the bow in these adventures that he's going on, which
that is true.
Lead to a slight advantage, but it's not going to help him if he doesn't remember about that location he didn't check.
Right.
Which is a very out of the way spot, unfortunately for him. It's something that I could easily see being forgotten.
Right.
And I don't know what would lead him to remember it.
I just can't think that anything will, unfortunately. And that may be the story of this race, ultimately. He is checking the bonk rocks, though, like jkoper did. We even know he's in the general area, but now he's going away from it. All right, time for some lasers for jkoper. I guess they haven't found the hookshot cave, so there's no way that either of them could have the riot shield yet. But
right,
with the cape, not a huge deal, especially with half magic. The bloomerang.
Although I guess in this case they do have access. If it's the floating island,
yeah,
then it would be whatever cave is in the hookshot cave usual spot, which they can get to. They have the top of Dark Death Mountain.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
And since it's a simple mode, they would be able to.
Yeah.
That cave would always connect normally. But clearly, jkoper didn't need it. He had no problem there checking all those spots. But still no bow.
Didn't, but no, you're right. No bow. Obviously a welcomed crystal, but...
Have we seen the inside of Hookshot Cave even? Maybe it's vanilla.
It could be, yeah.
Maybe it does have their bow, which would be unfortunate because with the dungeons that are required and Turtle Rock being here, you have no other reason to go up there in this seed except for to go check that one cave.
Basically, yeah.
Normally, Hookshot Cave is a nice little spot to go through as you're going through anyway, through Turtle Rock and Ganon's Tower, but in this setup, you wouldn't have to be up there.
No, that's the thing, you really wouldn't. Alright, and now a tough ask, especially having just missed the spin slash. Gonna have to try.
Oh, he does have two fairies, I believe.
He does. But yeah, when you miss that initial spin slash, you're immediately at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
And it just throws off your timing. Thankfully, the right neck did not spit out any ice. That would make this even more annoying. And there it is.
Yeah, and I like what he was doing there. As much as you would probably preferably want to keep trying to do sword spins when you've got Master Sword, he was struggling a bit and decided to go for the slightly slower, but
Yeah, to get into a rhythm that way.
Yeah, exactly. And his rhythm for the sword spins was off, so it makes sense to switch strategies.
Yeah, and it was perfect for the slashes. Saving and quitting. Interesting. And Chrouya does the bonk to fake flipper over to this portal. Not a routing choice you will often see, even in entrance randomizer, and this is why he manages to avoid the quick death by pixels. Very well done.
Oh, this is a scenario I didn't think of. If he does find the bow, then again, what we were saying earlier about the logic, technically, logically, the flippers were required. That's only if he finds the bow. Not from Sahasrara, unfortunately.
Yeah, we got that answer.
Not from Checkerboard Cave. A lot of item locations over here, but given any.
No, it's just garbage.
Yeah.
It's starting to become almost unbelievable.
Which makes you think jkoper must be on his way to the bow with what he's doing right now.
Oh, this is interesting, but nope, he's not going to check it.
Was all of this side of Hookshot Cave, was this whole side of Dark Death Mountain vanilla? Wasn't that the cave you normally go up in to climb up to Dark Death Mountain?
Yeah, a lot of it was. It was very strange. Oh, wow, nothing but rupees.
So we've got... Do we have Hyrule Castle now? Is in Turtle Rock? Because we saw... I know we've seen Desert and Turtle Rock.
That's a good point.
I don't know if I've got that sorted in my brain properly.
Yeah.
Because... Right, Desert was in Hyrule Castle, Turtle Rock was in Desert Palace, yeah. So that's also some pretty quick item locations just sitting there.
True. Very true. Yeah, and we unfortunately see Chrouya. He is so close to where he needs to be.
Yeah. He's right in that area.
But just doesn't realize. He knows he's missed this chest because of the dark navigation. But there's his compass.
Oh, and as people are just pointing out, I forgot about that too. Aghanim is blocking the well. Aghawan is blocking the Kakariko well, which is 5 locations.
That is a very good point.
So that could be an interesting scenario as well.
And there's been no sign that either one of them is thinking about that.
Yeah.
One good turn deserves another from Trolldorm as he gets jkoper as well.
Trolldorm is living up to his name in this match.
Yes, he is. Chrouya checking the island. Red mail. He's not even going to check Hobo. And jkoper gets his bacon sword. Up to 4 crystals.
Yep.
Really starting to pull away now.
Yeah, and it was pretty safe to say that we were seeing him pull into a lead with that location that Chrouya skipped over.
Well, now Chrouya's changed his mind, looks like.
Oh, it looks like jkoper's going for the Hyrule Castle check in Turtle Rock. And as Chad is pointing out, Vitreous could also still have the bow, I think. Or that he might have found both Mr. Meyer items, I'm not sure.
So, as suspected by the odds anyway, Quake for the Turtle Rock entrance.
Oh, both items were found in Mr. Meyer, so just a crystal from Vitreous. So it makes sense that jkoper won't head back there.
Yeah.
Probably until he's all set into go mode. I think Chrouya is thinking, oh, he was just hovering over location 5 on his flute, and I was like, did he remember? He's thinking about it.
Yeah.
Is he just teasing us? Like, is this? I keep telling Chad, I swear we don't plan or orchestrate these, but our runners have been great at making these matches really, really exciting.
Yes, they have.
Just hovered over it so many times. No, Chrouya.
Okay, so gonna fake flipper into the waterfall cave location. It's not a bad try, you know. But it's just that. What do they call this one again?
The telepathic something cave? I don't know.
No, it's Carcat Cave, isn't it?
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
How did he get that one? Yes,
I honestly have no idea.
No, Chrouya, go back to 5. You're right. Yeah.
It's just painful. Yeah, mushroom for jkoper. Oh, and he misses the drop. Gets the spin speed, though. Nearly missed it again, my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So, he's already been here. Yeah. And now we know where that back entrance is. jkoper checking Mimic Cave location and finds the Dark Roulette Cave.
That's nice.
Wow.
That's a nice find.
Two pieces of heart. The flippers.
Oh, the flippers. Now
Well,
this is interesting. So
that's got to be telling him go to swamp.
Yeah, he could think, okay, so I got the flippers. Now I should check, places that would be blocked by the flippers. But I think a smart move would be what he is actually going to do is wrap up Aga as well while you're here.
Yes.
So you don't have to come back. You can check the lumberjack tree for the Kakariko well. Because I imagine it would be tempting. You grab those flippers and just think, oh, I don't have to go do this whole boss fight. But it's definitely
you're right, though. Wow, you're here. Yeah. Now, Chrouya, I guess, just trying to navigate around. There's not really another reason to be in here. But at least he's doing... It's the right idea. He's rechecking caves. It's just not the right place.
Yeah. And the other interesting thing about this is, so we've seen the flippers here. So if the bow is behind either of the spots we're thinking, if it's behind a flipper locked area, or if it's behind the lumberjack cave, then that means you really needed the Titan's Mitts to get it.
Exactly.
Because that was the only way to get into this. I think. Could you work your way back up from the inside of Escape?
I mean, it depended on how the keys felt, and I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think there wasn't a key for one of those 3 chests. So
right. In fact, I don't think you can anyway, because you're always going to need a key that's in front because it's a drop, so you won't ever get it shuffled in. So you can't go backward.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, can't go back regardless.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you don't, the mantle blocks you even from the backside. If you.
That's true. It does on this. Thinking in the new logic where it actually is always open.
Mm.
But in entrance shuffle, it still is this way. Yep, Chrouya just racking his brain and
just thinking it out.
Your fear is it's not going to come to him.
I think this is a situation that we haven't seen. I don't think.
Just one little slip
in this tournament of where.
Yeah.
It's still a little while before jkoper's done, but Chrouya is essentially locked.
Yeah.
Because of a forgotten location.
Exactly.
So I don't necessarily know what the protocol is going to be here. If he's going to just sit and wait and keep thinking, if he's just going to start rechecking everything, or do we have a situation where he forfeits? I really don't know, because he's still going to be, totally unsure of where to go. But jkoper still has a few dungeons to do. It's not like this is a case of he's about to finish.
Press the A button. Just do it.
He's hovering it.
No. Oh, man. Well, chat, keep sending those 5 vibes. We've just got to hope. We've just got to hope.
It almost seems like he keeps hovering over it and keeps thinking so little. There's only 2 spots there, and I'm sure I checked them.
Exactly. And that what has happened is that he went into that cave, went out, hammered the peg, opened the portal to the dark world, and then left.
Yeah.
And had that mental switch in his mind that he'd already been in there. Ugh. Alright, so jkoper going to check out Desert now.
I don't know if we saw... Oh, no, he doesn't have the mitts, so he can't even fake flipper into ice. Now that
right, he's been to the islands, but he can't do anything.
He really is stuck behind that.
Yeah.
jkoper's just going to wrap up Desert Palace. Just to see...
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. It's not a green pendant, even.
Yeah. I can't imagine he'll fight the boss, unless... Did Land Molars have an item? I mean, I know it wasn't a useful item, but did they drop it?
Yeah.
I don't recall.
Neither do I.
It makes sense since he was right here, right after doing Eggle.
Yeah, I suppose.
Delivered him right to...
Right.
Desert. And even the Land Mola fight would be pretty fast.
It would, that's true. Chat saying a heart behind Land Mola.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and there's the compass.
That's true as well. Even if he does find the bow, and as much as I know he's comfortable with Silverless Ganon, he could still find silver somewhere, which is also would be
true.
Nice. So if you have quick item locations to check, you might as well see. He needs only one item for go mode, but silvers wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, you've got the nice to have element. Well, come on, Chrouya.
He's headed down the right path.
Yeah.
He's just so sure that he's been there. He's just sitting there thinking, I went there.
I agree with.
You didn't go.
No, exactly. I agree with AA in chat. We had a close race. We certainly did.
Oh yeah.
We think Chrouya may have had a slight advantage because of his early routing, but there was no way that this was 100% his.
Yeah, I do think we saw, again, as I was saying earlier, I think we saw jkoper in what might not have seemed like a lead, but technically was, because even though he was following Chrouya's footsteps, he always had better equipment for everything Chrouya had just done.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a small lead. That could have been something where a single mistake could have, fixed that for Chrouya. But then this has made a very clear lead for jkoper.
Exactly.
And it does seem like Chrouya is pretty stumped.
We've all had that feeling playing.
Yes.
And it's just the worst.
I did my first actual serious attempt at an entrance shuffle yesterday, and accidentally, instead of a simple, did a full shuffle.
Oh dear.
And so I also had that. I had that moment just yesterday. I was completely lost.
Chrouya stating what we all know in the Speedruns live chat, that he forgot a location, and he says he feels like forfeiting.
Right.
I know he doesn't want to because he's a sportsman, but I can understand why he would be feeling like that may just be what he needs to do.
Yeah. Especially in entrance shuffle when rechecking means checking so many things. Because at that point you start to wonder, did I not check an entrance that I thought I checked? And so suddenly it's like, recheck every building. At least in standard randomizer, it's rechecking known item locations.
Exactly. That's such a difference.
And even then,
silvers for jkoper.
Silvers. And even in
the bow. Wow.
So the Go mode was indeed locked behind Dago 1, which was locked behind the Titan's mitts, which is exactly what Chrouya is missing.
Wow. Well, let's see if there's any... No more conversation in the Speedruns live chat. jkoper headed straight back to the Vanilla Mire. So
he's gonna have a very easy Vitreous fight now.
Yes, he certainly is. And then it's just 2 more crystals in Ganon, and that's the thing. There's absolutely no comeback potential now.
Yeah. Chrouya would have a lot of lost ground to cover.
Exactly.
I think even if he did luck out and just, went straight for Turtle Rock Hyrule Castle, which I doubt would be his first choice.
No reason it would be, really.
He would still be pretty behind, too far behind, I think.
Gonna, for a second there, I thought he was gonna try his luck and go ahead and charge the tree, even though the lumberjacks were still cutting it. Just in case.
Yeah.
jkoper switches to those silvers.
Yeah.
And here we go.
Quick work of Vitreous.
One, two, and goodbye.
And again, this really is like a situation that we haven't seen yet in this tournament, because even with this go mode, jkoper still has 2 bosses to go wrap up.
Yeah, he does.
So I'm hoping Chrouya is going where I think he's going.
This is interesting. Oh boy. So close. Keep going. Come on.
You're in the right area. Getting warmer.
Now I'm trying to remember. Is this This is only jkoper's second trip through Eastern.
Yep, he made that first trip in and actually checked all of the items, so he's ready to go right to the boss on this one.
You can go straight there.
And I believe the same roughly can be said for Pod. In fact, as long as he has at least 1 key in Pod, I don't think he has to check anything in there anymore. He can just go right through it.
Yeah.
Even if he has a few chests unopened, he knows he doesn't need anything else to finish the game. And I think that was Armos dropping the blue cane there.
All right, jkoper making his final move.
Mm-hmm. Is this where... Wait. He's done Ice Palace already.
Yes, he has.
Pod is in Eastern Palace.
Right.
I think he's just reviewing. Hopefully he has that written down.
He is... Oh, here goes Chrouya.
He's standing there just thinking where to go, but he's not that way, Chrouya.
Man, for him to check that cave of all the caves,
Yeah,
and then stop, just drives you even more crazy. jkoper has checked his notes, except he's gone into the dark. Well, I guess maybe he's got his notes reversed or something.
Oh no, he still has to do Aga 2 as well.
Well, that's true.
Which is in
that's
Pod.
a good point. Yeah.
So what I imagine he would do is he'll portal in front of the Pod entrance so that he goes in Eastern Palace, and then when he jumps out, he goes back into his mirror.
They've both been through Ganon's Tower, but not actually finished it.
Yeah. So there's even one more boss fight left than I thought jkoper had before finishing.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Oh, and jkoper actually doesn't have a key in Pod, as I was saying earlier, so he does still need to
go around the right side
and pick one up somewhere, which I'm pretty sure there will be. Is the one behind the bombable wall always a key? I don't know the logic that well, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least we can say... I guess that wouldn't necessarily... It would be one of the two, I think. Either the chest right here at the top of the stairs or the bombable wall, I think might always have to have at least one. And there one is. So off he goes. Quick swap over to the cane, and gotta love it when you put the block down wrong on that thing. So yeah, looks like Chrouya just gonna run back through his locations, and oh man, he was so close to start.
Yeah, it's too bad he didn't just start rechecking locations of where he was.
Exactly.
But it
now he's like going to commit suicide by dash. No, he's not.
It seems like he's going through where he remembers item locations were, not necessarily checking all of the entrances.
Right.
Which would mean, he wouldn't think to go back to that cave because he doesn't think he got an item there.
Exactly.
Well, he didn't get an item there, but you know what I mean.
Right.
A smooth Helmasaur fight there.
Yeah, interesting. He's going for the slash when he had the silvers available, but it worked out just fine. Okay. 7 crystals in the books for jkoper. Right around the 2-hour mark.
It's interesting when once you have go mode set up and you know exactly what at least what they need to do to finish, it's harder to find things to comment on.
Well, it's absolutely true because it's very straightforward.
Yeah, there's not really there's no more thoughts about route necessarily.
Nope, none whatsoever, really. Very, very minor ones at best.
And not really any more hype for items, although we could find, as some were saying, a butter sword in here.
That is true.
Which, would be a welcome sight, I'm sure. Give us
The
an
butter
even faster-
validation would be fun.
Yeah.
jkoper getting trolled by the mimics. Makes nice work of mimics too.
It's also always tough when you are sort of in the situation that Chrouya is in, and your opponent, who is also, a very competent runner of this game, hasn't finished yet. So you might be thinking, oh, maybe they're stuck, or maybe it is just in a really trolly spot. Because of course he just doesn't know that jkoper's, on his way to being done.
Right. All right, so reverse bumper cave, as we saw earlier. Meanwhile, it's Lanmola's time for jkoper.
He's going for Fire Rod instead of Silverus, but not one cycle, but worked it on the second.
Yeah, nicely done on that one, using the knockback off the first Lanmola to hit the second one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were in a good spot, and then you throw out some Fire Rod shot.
Trying to quick swap there was not the strategy, however.
No. We're going to have 2 chest checks in a moment. Well, if he checks them, he might just...
If he chooses, yeah.
Yeah.
Guess we'll see.
Oh, he is. Nice time for a heart piece to get that refill, and then a heart container. $50 rupees there. So maybe we might be getting validation butter.
Some validation butter would be very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Trolldorm 2 was not a good sequel. They never are.
Nope. 300 rupees.
Getting some slash practice in is Chrouya as jkoper faces Aghanim 2. Let's see. That's not a bad setup for the first one. That may have been.
Good. Got a double.
Yeah. If it didn't, do that thing where it only counts as one.
Yeah.
Got 1 out of that. So possibly 2-0-1 here.
2-0-1 so far, yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Very nice.
The rate at which they shot those was really nice.
Yes, it was. But he also aimed that very well.
Yeah.
So he'll be off to the escape bush. Well, he decides to fall in the pyramid. And it's the thieves' hideout in the Lost Woods.
I guess again, just thinking maybe it'll be butter, but
Yeah, worth a shot. Gonna see if you can mirror this right. Tough one, but he pulled it off. And here we go.
and we've got the Ganon fight, which tempered sword, silvers, half magic. He's well set up for this.
Yes, he is.
Nice sword spins in the corner here.
Yes, that's excellent.
This might just be the only phase of that. Yep.
Yes, it is. Very nice.
He got all those shots in. Nicely done.
Gonna go for the early silver shot before trying to get the torch glitch.
Yep. And really, even if he misses the torch glitch, it slows things down, but he's not going to be hurt with his setup.
No, he'll be fine. And here we go. Bat didn't cooperate, but still got one shot. Oh, about to get another.
And he's going for a double, triple on. Oh, almost.
Oh.
He tried for that triple. He tried. But
there it is.
Just in time for the torch not to run out, and we've got a GG.
We do. jkoper, our victor today, and he finishes with a Speedruns Live official time of 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 41 seconds.
Nice.
So congratulations to him. Chrouya went ahead and forfeited immediately.
Yep, that's fair.
Yeah, I think it is. And jkoper needs a minute.
Okay.
So we'll get him in as soon as we can, as well as I hope we can talk to Chrouya and give him some idea of where it went wrong. So we will see here in a minute about that.
Oh, and chat, feel free to get those bonk guesses in for jkoper.
Yeah, good point.
We actually had a decent time on a boot drop for this one. So, unlike most of the seeds we've seen,
exactly,
we're very late. Now I'm wondering if someone told Chrouya what the spot he missed was, and if he's just gonna go there just to see it for himself.
Could be.
Yep, that 5 that he hovered over. No. Is he just gonna keep running it? Oh no, there he goes.
Went right past it again.
Oh no. Is he just going to keep looking then out of... Or is he just taunting us? Maybe he's specifically just trying to give us more anxiety.
I think he is. Yeah, I think so.
Since he knows we saw him skip it so many times.
Exactly.
Oh, almost. That's the door. That's it.
There it is. Get ready with the bomb.
He's just bombs it instead. Don't go back.
That's funny. All right, tower. Why not? I guess.
Yeah. And I guess while we're waiting for jkoper to join us a second here, just so you guys know, I believe our next scheduled match, I said this yesterday and then this match came up. Our next scheduled match is tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be on Speed Gaming 1. I always call it Speed Gaming 1. I know that's not the title of it, but otherwise, how do you differentiate between Speed Gaming 1 and 2?
It's true.
Coming up next, though, for Speed Gaming, right now there's a Metroid Fusion race. I don't know if that's over or not, but then Super Metroid Randomizer is going to be up next after this. And I actually think the race that was going to be on Speed Gaming 2 looks like it was canceled. So for Speed Gaming, just Super Metroid Randomizer over on Speed Gaming 1, starting at 5.
And of course, the tireless Fiesel will have that for you all. Looks like we've got Chrouya with us. Let me pull him in. If I can do that properly. Here we go. Chrouya, well, we're really sorry that happened, man.
That was tough.
That's just my bad. I played a seed beforehand and I just skipped it barely.
Well, and we were also speculating, or at least I was, that you would, and I'd have to check the VOD to make sure this is what you did, but we thought maybe you had gone into that cave in the light world, then immediately hit the pegs and gone into the dark world, and that switch was in your head that you'd gone in there, so you didn't go in again.
Oh, no. I just mentally thought I went in there.
Okay.
I think it's because I did a seed right before and I did pretty much the same thing.
Okay. Well, it just had to be that, didn't it? I mean, What are you going to do? That is a tough way to...
I hate it. I know I can perform a lot better, so...
Well, of course. And I mean, you're
really hating myself for doing that.
Yeah. You know, it's just one of those things. It could have been... I mean, that's just pure random. That could have been a completely useless location. It just turned out to absolutely ruin you.
Yeah.
I made mistakes like these a lot, more, because I'm not a stranger to entrance randomizer, but
yeah,
it just sucks.
Oh yeah, and I mean, in your defense, I don't think we did see in this race your level of competence with entrance randomizer. I don't think anyone would doubt that based on this. It was, for most of it, we were thinking it seemed like jkoper had a little bit of a lead, but it was kind of a negligible lead. It could have shifted at any moment.
Yeah.
It was really just that one.
I ignored the early few chests that had a sword. So yeah, I went in a lot of places without a sword.
You did, but you weren't really losing a lot of time as a result of that.
Yeah, exactly. It was,
your routing was very, very good early on. So
it was really only that one mistake. So I think this still shows your level of competence, despite that one error. That was the one that did it.
Oh, I have no words.
Well, that's all right. I mean, we don't want to keep you, so.
Oh yeah, and as Pyromance is pointing out in the chat, your swordless ice palace was amazing. For the record, that cold stare fight was so good.
Yeah, I like that cold stare too. That goes into my
that was excellent.
Highlights.
I think I looked over at jkoper for a second, blinked, and then you had already killed cold stare, and I was like, wait, what? How did he do that?
I actually mistimed my first hammers.
Oh really?
Yeah, so I was just waiting for a good moment, and then And it all happened. They all seem to just clump together for fire rods. So
Yeah, exactly.
just
Well,
kept-
hey, why don't we bring in jkoper, who is ready to go? jkoper, GG, welcome.
Hello, thank you.
GG, buddy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah thanks.
I screwed up.
Goody. So what was the problem?
I didn't find the myths because I skipped the one location. I thought I mentally checked it, but I didn't do it.
Yeah. Where were the myths again?
The Dark World Cave, just right in front of the portal that's south of Eastern Palace and Palace of Darkness.
Because I was actually going to check them both like after in a row.
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
definitely in my road, but I just
Yeah,
played far.
Chrouya went into the cave in the Light World and then used the portal and then just went right up to Palace of Darkness.
Oh, yeah. That's painful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was the fat fairy there.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Did you have any issues besides that?
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
that's as far as I could go.
Yeah.
I checked everything what I could without mids.
Yeah.
And
without
I
bow.
was just telling Chrouya that actually, aside from that, it was very close the whole time. What we generally saw was you were usually following what Chrouya had just done, except that you generally had more equipment. So you had the fighter sword before he did, and then the boots. So it always looked like you were following in his footsteps, but most things a little bit faster because of the equipment difference. But that was such a small lead that it really all came down to the Titans myths is what did it.
Yeah. Well, it would have been interesting to see what would have happened had he not forgotten that spot, I guess.
Yeah.
The story of this seed really, if you didn't forget something silly like that, was that we had a million places left to check, and the bow was the only thing I needed. So
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been anywhere, but it was behind Aghanim 1 in the...
Yeah, I mean, I would probably check that. I did that in the... Like, I practiced the seed before this. That's probably why I lost. And I did check Aghanim 1 that time because, 5 chests behind the lumberjack is pretty much worth it.
Yeah, I think I've had that happen, like, maybe about 4 times at least that I can remember off the top of my head, and I think 3 out of the 4 times there was required items there. With the well behind Aghanim 1.
You have to
But-
figure
Yeah,
that
I also made a
odds are pretty
mistake
good.
of... I made the mistake of going into Eastern and just going out. I was kind of
Right.
hoping that there wasn't anything there, and then I found the boots, and I was like, okay, the boots must lead to something, because I at that time I already mentally checked it, so I checked all boots locations and found nothing. So I was like,
yeah,
I'm definitely missing something here.
I had a lot cleared for the most part when I got to Eastern. I don't think I had checked Swamp yet.
No, you hadn't. That's true. You had that later.
Yeah.
Right. So there was a dungeon there that was possible, but I always feel like when I go to the Skullwoods back in this simple shuffle, or I mean probably in any entrance shuffle really, but it takes such a long time to get back there that once you're there, just go in and do what you can and accept it. But I mean, other places are much easier to get back to, like ice or swamp or something. That's much more trivial to go back to.
Exactly. If it does end up back there, absolutely, there's just no reason not to check the front. And hey, maybe you get really lucky and and the bow's in there. Of course, that wasn't the case this time, but
Right.
yeah, you never know. And really, it seemed like you were really getting into a flow, jkoper. And really, aside from the problem with Vitreous, which was an equipment problem.
I mean, kind of. There's no reason I should have died. I had so many potions.
You did. That's true.
And I thought maybe I had 2 fairies. and I was questioning this just as like I had 2 hearts left, and
Right.
he was bouncing towards me. I'm like, oh man, do I have another fairy? I should probably use a potion. And then he hits me,
And then he hit you.
Right.
Yep.
yeah.
Jumped right over the sword swing.
But I also regretted, I saw the cape on the ledge. I regretted not picking that up before I went in there, because the cape would have made that fight much faster too. So
True. Very true.
but you know,
you also made the decision, you know what, I'm just going to take a break from that, and maybe I'll get the bow and the silvers elsewhere, come back, and it'll be a piece of cake. And that was a very good move.
The very minimal time that it takes to get back to Meyer from the thing, once you're already at the entrance from dying, I don't think it's worth going in there to try a stupid hard fight again, especially when I'd probably have to put more fairies in bottles to...
Yeah, you'd have less safety, exactly. Right.
Yeah, but I did have the powder in the net, so it wasn't like I couldn't refill. It would just have taken time and stuff.
That's true.
Whatever. Yeah, that, and then I kind of checked the Hera basement on a whim, because I figured, you know, I needed everything at that point,
right?
Pretty much. But I had fire to check the basement. I just didn't have a sword or the hammer to kill Moldorm to see if he had the last item. So that didn't pay off at all. I wonder if I was thinking about that at all, and I skipped the GT tile room, but I mean, it worked out. I could have came back there eventually.
Yeah, either way, it worked out as you did it. But I think you gave yourself flexibility, and that's really all you can ask for in an entrance.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I think someone was going to say something, and I cut you off. But
I don't know.
Oh no, I'm just typing.
All right. No, I meant before that, but
Anyway, well done. Finishing that seed. That seed was not, on the higher end of trolley seeds, but you still got it done in 208. That's got to feel pretty good.
I'm sorry for not putting up a fight.
Yeah, 208 is
I wanted to show you some more.
Pretty typical time for a standard seed entrance shuffle, really. I think it's about what I expect. It's about getting like a 140 and a normal randomizer or something.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So yeah, I'm not upset with this at all. Besides the maybe checking the Hera basement was a mistake, and then dying to Vitreous. I don't feel like I made any big mistakes or like significant mistakes anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the choice of your routing, I think you're right. The Hera basement was your biggest error, and that's 45 seconds. So
it's bad. A little. Oh,
maybe
the 45. Yeah. The Hera basement for the routing. Yeah. And then Vitreous for execution and a few minutes lost there.
So in a 2-hour plus seed, that's not so bad.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Unless there's anything else, anything else either of you want to say? I think.
Did they tell you, Chrouya, that the hype cave was at the Mimic Cave?
Oh no, I didn't even reach that. So.
I know. I'm just telling you that for interesting purposes. Like, I was kind of looking for the hype cave the whole seed, and I finally found it there, and it had the flippers and nothing else, and the flippers were 0% required. Like,
yeah, I already checked everything with fake flippers anyway.
Yeah. Like I don't even know what was in ice. Either the back of Skull or the
I don't know if we actually ever saw, because Chrouya didn't have the Titan mitts.
No, you didn't. You couldn't have seen. He didn't get the mitts, so.
Yeah, and you didn't check, so yeah, we have no idea.
Yeah, between ice and Ganon's Tower were the back of Skullwoods and Swamp.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah.
So jkoper.
Yeah.
Any thoughts? Obviously, we're switching up the style for your next round, if I understand it correctly. We're going to go to full.
Yeah.
So, any thoughts on that change, whether just regarding the tournament format itself or just the style of play required that you'll have to approach it from?
I mean, full. This is kind of about it. This right here, the simple format comes in stages of just going to the places that are likely to have the most items, in a way. But full seems like it's like two parts. One is like trying to get Death Mountain access, and then the other is everything after that.
Okay.
Because there's so many dungeons that can be up on Death Mountain in Full Shuffle, plus the lucrative multi-entrance caves. That like Death Mountain is often half or more of the story of the seed. So it's an unfortunate side effect of the way that the entrance randomizer works, that only the dungeons can only be shuffled with caves that have exits right now, which are either other dungeons or multi-entrance caves.
Right.
That might sound weird to people, but like single entrance caves don't technically have an exit. So maybe someday something like Full Shuffle will be really good when they can add an exit to every cave, and there will be more variety. But for now, it's I don't know. Like there are a lot of interesting and weird situations that come around in Full, but I think I kind of like simple a bit more for now.
So focus on Death Mountain certainly in simple, but not the way you're saying, where it just becomes almost the story of every seed in Full.
Right. No, in simple you get up there.
Yeah, you want to do it.
There's a couple dungeons up there, and then there's the 7-item cave and maybe a couple other item caves. And in simple, it's more about, you get up there for that one cave and to do a little bit of exploration. But in Full, you're getting up there to spend half the seed up there.
Right.
Times. So.
Yeah, and that kind of relates to when you guys found Mirror right away and then Flute. I was saying how in Entrance Shuffle, there's especially the other modes other than you see such a big importance on those two items because they give you so much movement access around the overworld, especially on Death Mountain or even getting to Death Mountain.
Yeah, though in Full it's weird because the flute can often be completely useless. I mean, it could be used for faster travel, but other than that, that it can be completely non-required quite a bit of the time.
Right.
Just redundant.
Right. So anyway, that'll be fun. I'm going to be away for a few days. Looking forward to seeing the results of Freddy and Flexi Bunny and getting a race in probably next week with them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll see who your opponent will be. All right. Well,
and Chrouya, I think Chrouya's still with us, right? He's been quiet for a bit.
He is.
He's in the chat.
There he is.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, it's kind of loud in my dorm.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. So Chrouya, that would mean that you're going to be out for this tournament. You've done tracking on some matches, right?
I've done one tracking and I've commentated one match.
Oh, okay. I see. I thought you commentated one match, but it doesn't say it on our schedule. I was double checking.
Oh yeah, I was like backup. No one was there, so I was like, hey, I'll jump.
Fair enough. So we might see you around more as this goes on.
Maybe
is what I'm getting at.
Maybe.
Are we going to see you in the fall?
Also, I'm probably like away for 2 weeks, starting next week. It's probably this kind of like in a rush. So.
Fair. Well, hopefully we do see more of you. Are you fall tournament?
Oh yes, of course.
Awesome.
I'll try to not forget a location that time. I'm also still doing a 2v2 tournament somewhere else, so
nice.
Oh, cool.
It's not as if I'm done playing this game, but entrance randomizer is kind of like one of the more one of the categories I like, so it's kind of sad that I kind of did this.
That's fair. I'm sure there'll be more opportunities for some entrance randomizer.
Oh yeah,
possibly another tournament.
Yeah, this won't be the last tournament, I don't think. So, in the end, better luck next time. And thanks for
thank you guys very much.
Us a show.
Yeah, GG.
Yeah,
Good
glad
luck,
we got to race
jkoper.
Chrouya. Glad it worked out and stuff. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. And thanks everyone for watching. As I said earlier, we've got Speed Gaming has Super Metroid Randomizer Gaming 1 after this, and Speed Gaming 2 is done for a while now because the Diddy Kong Racing was canceled. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you all later.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.